It was recently announced that Queen Camilla will be wearing a historic ivory scepter at her coronation. This decision raised concerns, especially in the wake of Prince William's campaign against the ivory trade. Hey friends, please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for the latest news from the royal family. At the end, I have something important for you. Details are gradually leaking out about what will happen at the coronation, and the royal family is in between wanting to modernize and show he is a different kind of king and maintaining traditions over the centuries. And what that means is, we already know that Camilla won't have the coronation in her crown, and this is the diamond. This is highly controversial, and we now find out that apparently she will not have the queen consort's scepter that has been used by every queen consort for over 300 years at the king's coronation. The reason is that the scepter is made of ivory, which is particularly tricky because Prince William has campaigned against the ivory trade, both the modern trade in elephant tusks and the illegal attacks and deaths of elephants. However, he is also believed not to be in favor of the historic use of ivory. Unfortunately, he has been rather emphatic on this subject. According to a report by Private Eye magazine, he intervened by suggesting that his stepmother not use that scepter. It really is an interesting sign of the times. There are many things that are now controversial and need to be updated. The coronation will be very interesting for this reason, since the last one took place in 1953. It seems that the king wants to reconcile tradition and modernity, which is often complicated. It was seen some photos from the 1953 coronation this week, and on the balcony of the palace that day, there were about 38 people, most of whom were completely obscure personalities. A similar number of people are not expected when Chance's coronation arrives, which is just over a month away, and expectations are high. In addition, Charles wants to make other changes to the coronation ceremony, such as shortening the time, reducing the number of people involved, and shortening the processions. However, he also wants to make the ceremony more inclusive, which will be interesting to see how he pulls this off. It is known that the king is as fond of pomp and ceremony as his mother. The coronation service will be reduced in duration, and there will be fewer people involved, as well as shorter parades. However, the king wants to make the ceremony inclusive. It will be interesting to see how he manages to do this, as we know he enjoys pomp and ceremony as much as his mother did. It is possible that the palace will be criticized for adopting a politically correct posture in examining each item of the coronation, its origin, meaning, and controversy. This approach can easily offend someone. This week, the Guardian newspaper took a major step by apologizing for its historic links to slavery and agreeing to pay a large sum towards a restoration fund. However, this action also highlights mounting pressure on the royal family, who are being urged to come to grips with their own history in the slave trade. While the monarchy apologizes for the ancient artifacts in the jeweled crown, some argue they should also take responsibility for their role in the slave trade. It is a complex and sensitive issue, but it is certainly important that history is faced and that there is sincere recognition of the injustices of the past. Do you believe the royal family should apologize for the role the monarchy played in the slave trade? With the discussion surrounding ancient crown jewel artifacts and the monarchy's role in the slave trade, there is great anticipation for how the royal family will handle this issue. It is not yet known what will be done with these items, but it is certain that any decision taken will have a great impact and will generate a lot of repercussions. Listen to this. See below for the revolutionary weight loss solution that will change the way you think about diet and exercise. Say goodbye to the struggle of sticking to a strict regimen and say hello to a healthier, happier person with our product. See link below. Thanks. See you next time.